Whilst it's been doing that, I've actually been reading the manual. I know, shock horror. Just to better understand so I know what's up. Have a look at how smooth that is. 'Hey team, welcome to today's video and welcome to my channel. My name is Hayden. It's Monday, that means it's time for another review. Now, if you are brand new here, typically I do review skincare items, but I also dip my toe into the world of other health related products, and today's product falls in that vein. I have looked at a similar product in the past. The guys over at Leegoal reached out to me through my Instagram, and that's how this came about. They offered to send me one of their products so I can give it a review. With that in mind, this is not a sponsored video. Even though they did send me the product free of charge, I'm still going to be 100% honest, and today's review, first impressions, all of that is based on my own opinions and my experience with the product. With all of that out of the way, let's open it up and see what it's like. As I'm opening this up, it's actually quite weighty. I believe it's a lot heavier than the BlendJet 2. That's what I did a review on previously, as you can see. And we got it straight out of the box. We've got the Leegoal Blender Bravo. It's got a whole bunch of specs on the front and it lets you know what color you got in the box. I got the green one. On the front of the box, as you can see, very colorful, really catches your attention. I really like the packaging. It's quite safe in there. You got foam on top as we open the box up. Pulling that aside, we've got instruction manual, charging cable, and that's really cool. That's something that didn't come in the BlendJet, and that was something to clean your device with. And inside the box, we've got the two components, and they come in kind of like a frosted plastic bag. That's nice. Here we are, straight out of the packaging. It's quite weighty. Now, I will actually have a look at the instructions. I am typically not one to dive into the instructions first. I just want to get my hands on the product. And then I usually be like, oh, perhaps I should read the instructions. But this is what it looks like. We've got the engine that's going to do all the blending, and you've got the component in which you drink from. I do like how it comes separate. So if we take this apart, it just screws straight off. The blades on here are much, much bigger than the BlendJet 2. Similar on the drinkable component, the bottom just screws straight off. The moment you screw it on, the little LED screen lights up, the digital screen. It does say press twice to power on. And there we go. At least we know it works. I am going to charge this up before I dive in and we have a little play with what it can actually do. What I do like, the covering of the drinkable component and the covering of the motor, they actually fit together in this cute little container. You can easily take this with your protein, with whatever it is that you want to mix on the go, straight in here rather than storing it in the component itself. I really like how they haven't wasted these two caps, so to speak, because that's going to be very usable for me. It has been quite some time. I have let this do its little thing on charge. Whilst it's been doing that, I've actually been reading the manual. I know, shock horror. Just to better understand so I know what's up when it comes to putting this to the test. Now, it says in here the operational notes. There are 10 steps on, and this has got to do in relation to the digital screen. Double click to start, like I said before. After the mainframe base, which is this at the bottom, and the cup body are tightened firmly, the digital display shows 8-8, and it flashes 5 times quickly. This means the blender is ready to work normally, so keep that in mind. Digital display counts 0, 1 to 20 when started, 20 seconds per round. If the mixture is below the minimum, it will stop after 6 seconds to avoid heating up the base in the mainframe. If you see a ER on the display, it means that the safety switch is not detected and you need to tighten the body, the cup body, to the mainframe base. Funnily enough, when I did the BlendJet 2 review, you're supposed to put the liquid in first in that one. This one's different. You put the solids in and then the liquid. I do like the feel of this. I feel like it's a much higher end to what the BlendJet was, and it's actually got a lot more volume to it. It is heavier though, so bear that in mind. The blend jet is a bit more portable. However, it is not as sturdy, in my opinion, as this straight out the gate. One of the safety features that I actually really enjoy and really think that is quite necessary with products like this, if you unscrew it, you can see it's loose. It says error. When I go to put it back on, you should be able to see that 8-8. Like that. That's telling you it's ready to go. Now it does say that it can blend frozen objects such as ice and frozen fruits. So I'm going to actually put that to the test. I've got a bag of dark berries that I'm going to blend up a little protein smoothie. I've also got some fresh dates, dried goji berries, and of course my protein powder. I'm going to put it all in there and see how smooth it actually comes out. Excuse my laundry that you can hear in the background. Seems to be a common theme here. I've got all my ingredients in there, including the frozen fruits. There we go. A nice color. I feel like it hasn't blended everything, so I'm going to give that another go. You can hear that it hadn't blended everything, and that's because I had the dried dates in there. Okay, I can hear the difference now. I feel like it's all blended up. All right, well, taste test. I know it's going to taste all right. I just hope that it has blended up everything in there. You heard that I had to go a couple of times. That's good. And I feel like it's actually pretty smooth. I can't see any chunks in the bottom. So far, so good. It has been a week now, and I've been using this for a week. So every morning I will do myself a little smoothie. It's currently in the morning. Today we're going to try something that I used a bit of dates in the last one, and it did blend most of it, but there were bits at the bottom. So we're going to test it out. We're going to see just how powerful this is. I'm going to use frozen mangoes with the dates, my vegan protein, which is honeycomb with soy milk. We've got lots of antioxidants here, so everything that I need in the morning to get me going. I've got some vitamin C. Let's see how it goes. Now, I'm sure you would have noticed in the previous footage of me using this blender, I kind of struggled to get things through this narrow passage. I did, however, have kind of like a light bulb moment. You simply just unscrew the base, make sure the lid is on the top to fit as much as you can into here. And it does stand up using the lid. Once you've got all the ingredients that you're going to be using, you just screw this back on, make sure the safety is on, and you're good to go. Dang it, you know what I forgot? I forgot the strawberries. Final touches. I wish you could smell this. I really do love this. The protein that I use in here, the honeycomb, and just the addition of the fresh strawberries makes it so much better. Before I give it a taste test, have a look at how smooth that is. Like, you saw all of the frozen stuff that went into there. Okay, it's been a solid week of me using the Leegoal Bravo blender, and I'm a fan. I'm a very big fan. Well done to you guys over at Leegoal, and thank you for sending it to me. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, and that was only because I'm used to the blend jet. So the blend jet is a lot slimmer. If you aren't familiar with it, it's definitely not as powerful as the Leegoal. The size of the Leegoal is a lot bigger than the blend jet. That would have to be one of the only cons that I have with it, but is also a pro because you can fit more in it, which I feel in my head you get more value for your money. And once I figured out that you screw off the base to get a wider opening to fit more things in there without making a mess, it was smooth sailing. Because at the start of the week when I first started using it, I was thinking, how the hell, and that's my next door neighbor's dog, barking its face off. It's one of the yappiest little things. Anyway, when I first started using it, I was thinking, how the hell am I going to be constantly trying to get things in here and not make a mess? Because the opening is like, you know, this big. But then I was like, oh yeah, if you keep the lid on, you unscrew the base, you should be good to go. We have landed. If I were to rate this out of 10, I would actually give it a solid 10. I'm very grateful to have the guys over at Leegoal send it over to me to try out, because my BlendJet 2 is now going to go to a new home. If you want to check this out for yourself, I will link it down below. And if you do want to check it out yourself and you find yourself wanting to purchase it, you can use my discount code that the guys at Leegoal set up for me, which is Hayden10. I will link that down below anyway if you wanted to check it out and wanted to save yourself a few bucks. Thanks for watching, team. Make sure we do the fun stuff, but most importantly, stay tuned.